Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up the screen. Yes, Ilus. I had to buy some Ilus today, and I'm going to tell you why. We're going to go into that a little bit. We're going to talk about everything Ilus today. Let's get on into it. All right, but first we're going to go over the news a little bit, what's going on, good and bad, and all that indifferent stuff. First of all, if you'll notice, we lost 300,000 jobs. That wasn't expected. So that kind of threw things off a little bit. That was right here, as in January, due to the Rona slams the labor market. And they were expecting to grow by 200,000, but that didn't happen. So you've got some negativity based on that, of course. And fortunately, the Rona seems to be dissipating. I've noticed that. As you can see right here, let's see, yeah, it seems to be going down. I mean, you look at this chart and you can see big time how it ran way up and now it's running way down. So that's a really good sign. So hopefully we're working our way out of this nightmare scenario, but we'll see how that plays out. But this is something positive at least. And then on top of that, Facebook just came out with bad earnings. So that didn't inspire the FANG stocks too much. And I'm a little bit concerned about them tomorrow. And I know Google had good numbers. So it's tough when you've got two of the five FANG stocks struggling, which is Netflix and Facebook. And I'd actually sold out of quite a bit of my Facebook about a week or two ago because I was just concerned about the market. And I may go in and buy back in if it drops too much. So anyway, it's something all the time. But here's the great thing. We've got Janet Yellen out there and Chairman Powell, and they've told us that inflation's not a problem and it's transitory and temporary. They were wrong though, weren't they?
They're nuts! They know nothing!
Yeah, it's kind of hard to have a whole lot of confidence when these individuals, when they call inflation transitory, and there was no way that was going to be the case. And it was 4%, and then, oh, it's 6. No, it's about 15. Go to the grocery store and you'll see. Or do anything else. Buy anything else and see. All right, so there, I got that off my chest. But anyway, Ilus had their big shareholder meeting, and it said that they are confirmed that it's planning several spinoffs, and the company's working behind the scenes on their first uplisting. And of course, Ilus will own a majority of all these spinoffs. So if you own Ilus, you'll be owning part of the spinoffs. And they're going to be trying to uplist them to the Nasdaq. And I think they're going to use those $100 million revenue acquisitions they're working on to do that. So this is pretty exciting about Ilus for sure. And we covered the drones the other day. And here was where it says Ilus plans to hold a 50 to 80% share of each uplisted company, which will substantially increase the company's balance sheet. And here they're talking about the $100 million plus revenue acquisition. And so that's obviously their plan for getting to the Nasdaq, where they said they have no plans on taking any division such as ERT to Nasdaq without substantial revenue, hence the $100 million plus acquisition. And they're actually working on two of those, one in Europe and then one in US. And they've said the one in Europe actually has been moving along real well and has been approved, but that has not been basically announced. But since it's government related, it's going to be, a little bit longer before it gets announced, according to Ilus. So the question is, why did I buy Ilus today? Well, there's a couple of reasons. The thing about Ilus, it's not a value play. Obviously, it's in the OTC, and there's really no value plays in the OTC. Because you've got to have earnings. Well, they actually have earnings, which is a good thing. But again, it depends on how you treat it. Is it trailing PE or is it the forward PE? There's two different types. A trailing PE, it's a bad deal. A forward PE, if they do the things we're talking about, it's an excellent deal. Well, I'm going to go with the forward PE, and that's what I've done because this is a company I'm investing based on what it's going to do in the future. Now, when you look at this thing, like I say, at 5 cents, it was a good deal. Even based on a trailing PE, it wasn't bad. But what I'm really doing here is I'm swing trading this one. I put it in my Roth IRA, and it hadn't been down this low in quite a while, and I felt like 22 cents in that neighborhood was about right to pick it up, and it hit 22 cents, so I bought, and let's see, it's at 21 right now, so that's fine. If it does fall some more, it might fall down to 17 or 18. If it did, I would just dollar cost average, and again, I'm swing trading this. Now remember, if I put something in my Roth, I can do either one. I can just hold it long if I want to, or I can swing trade it and not have to worry about the tax issues. And if you don't have a Roth IRA and you want to do any swing trading, it's a good idea to have one, in my opinion. And there's tons of YouTube videos all about it. And if you don't have one, it's worth your time to take a look at it and learn about it. It's pretty simple. And most people will tell you to max out any type of tax advantage account. So that's what I try to do. But anyway, I am going to swing trade this. Like I say, if it runs up quick and it runs back up into the 30s, I'll probably just go ahead and take a profit. If it takes a while and then goes up and I start getting really good news, I can always just hold it. And that's fine. I wouldn't care a bit to do that. So I'm kind of in between right now. Like I said, if it goes up real fast, I'll take the profit. And I've got plenty of shares in my regular account that I'm going to hold for years. So I'm not worried about that. But I do want to swing trade it. Or like I said, if it kind of hangs around here and there's no money to be made yet, then we get great news about the European deal or something like that, then I'll just hold it. So I can do either one. But I like that price because it hadn't been down this low in a while. And like I said, if I need to, I can always dollar cost average. And the European deal that they're working on, we know that that's going well according to Nick Link and JP Backwell. So I feel good about that. The share reduction, they commented about that at the shareholders meeting, and they're still working on that. They're trying to get under 1 billion shares, and that would change the PE ratio of this company, the forward PE, significantly. So that's pretty interesting. We know there's tons of acquisitions they're working on. They got 10 possible acquisitions, one of which is a 9-figure deal like the European deal, so it'd be $100 million or more, and that would probably be part of one of their spinoffs. Uplist, 4 to 7 months, and with no reverse split, and obviously through spinoffs. Estimated revenue, it's probably going to be somewhere between $10 to $15 million, and they've made money every quarter, and it looks like they're over 15% margin typically, so pretty darn good there. We know preferred and restricted shares, if needed, will be used in acquisitions, and very important on that, and this might have been the smartest thing Nick Link's ever done for Ilus, was right here. He came out on April 5th, and he said, my holding company holds 390 million common shares, all of the preferred A's, all the preferred D's, and all the preferred E's. We have not sold a share and do not have plans to sell any. Rest assured, our interests are mutually aligned, obviously, with the shareholder. That was huge because when that short report came out and they tried to knock it down, it had no effect on it because all of us knew that. We had had a letter sent to the shareholders. We knew about it, and it didn't phase the stock more than about 1 penny or 2. Water mist technology, they're using that in all kinds of products, and it's going to be, I think, a home run. It is patented, and we know there's discussions with Tesla pertaining to the mist technology to put out fires, compartment fires, and that's useful when it comes to electric vehicles. And that's according to JP Backwell. So that's why I bought Ilus today. I thought it was on a pretty good dip. And like I said, we got a lot of macro issues out there right now. And of course, this company, if they come out with that European deal or the other big deal, that's going to change the game quite a bit. So I'm thinking I made a pretty decent buy. And like I said, if it drops down to that 17 or 18, I'll dollar cost average. But anyway, I've been waiting to buy some and put it in my Roth. And this was the opportunity I was waiting for. I was trying to be real patient with it. And that's easier to do when you've already got something at 5 cents and it's in your regular account. So, and I understand that. But anyway, that's Ilus today. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover Ilus. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Give the channel a chance. And I hope you did like the content. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.